This brings a lot of blood to the front of your lips, so it'll like make it, it's more for singers, but Mama made me mash my M&ms. Mama made me mash my M&ms. Me. Ha, 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 ho, 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 hey, 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 hey. My name is Brian Rada. I'm a tour guide in LA. I own and operate LA Food Tours. And I've known Steven for what, 10 years?
Unfortunately.
Steven.
A fond memory I have of you is we went to dinner one time. We were at a Thai restaurant, and at the end of the dinner, you go, oh my gosh, Steven, can you pay for this dinner? I left my wallet at home. And I go, Brian, did you really leave your wallet at home? You go, yes, Steven, why would I lie about that? And I go, look down. And you looked down, and you had your wallet on the table. You're like, you weren't supposed to see that. And then you still try to get me to pay for dinner.
That sounds about right.
What about when you told me, like, you were like, because you have a brother and a sister.
Yes.
And you're like, my brother just had another kid. And I go, that's great, Brian. And you go, no, it's not. They're stealing my inheritance.
For the record, my brother has 9 children. 9. I mean, that'll leave me something. 9. 6 is one thing, 7, okay, 8, I don't know, 9?
He's not happy to be an uncle.
They gotta leave something for me.
What do you want?
I love you, nieces and nephews, if you see this. I love each and one of you. Each one of you is more unique and special than the next.
He sees every one of you as an inheritance stealer. You're taking his father's money from his mouth. So Brian, tell me, how's the dating life going? Because you told me you no longer go to the Pink Pony Club anymore.
No, like dating in LA sucks. Like dating in LA in a major city, every major city sucks. It's not.
Why is that?
No, it's just times are tough. Everybody wants to be saved, fixed, or rescued, and we all have to save, fix, and rescue ourselves.
Ooh, and how do we save?
I'm not here to save or fix or rescue anyone.
Ooh,
and I'm learning finally at that point in my life where I don't want to be saved, fixed, or rescued. So
preach.
I probably will finally meet someone at a certain point. Yeah,
now, when you say save, fix, or rescue, like what are ways that people are trying to get saved, fixed, and rescued?
Just, like being proactive, leading, like always wanting the other person to create everything, like generate themselves to create the date, the movie, like caring about another person and creating experiences for them. And to create dates. A lot of people are lazy. I hate to say it. Men, women, both, gay, straight, everybody's lazy.
Kind of like how I'm creating all this content.
Except for you, Steven. That's why I decided to show up here. I decided to come here today because you're doing all the work. I decided to show up.
Brian Rada, the lazy lover.
Yeah. No, that's not true. I always am the one. Okay, can I just say, can we just bring this? Like, Steven's dog is literally trying to hump my arm. Come here, Bean. Why are you?
Because he can tell you haven't had any loving in a long time.
Probably. Bean, what are you doing? Why do you keep trying to hump my arm? This is my favorite dog, by the way, in LA. Come here. Go show the camera. Bean, this is Bean, my favorite. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, he knows I'm on a dry spell. So he's like, let's go. Yes. What are you doing? Anyway.
So when was the last time you dated?
Are we here to talk about my personal life? Gosh, I don't know. I've gone on some dates in the last 3-4 months.
You told me that.
I've had a lot of first dates in the last 3-4 months, and but I'm not gonna go. I will generate to start and initiate and ask someone out. I have no problem doing that.
You have no problem.
At a certain point, you got to reciprocate. You got to we're two men. I'm not here to just constantly be, asking people out.
Yeah, well, you told me last time that you have no problem getting the first date, but it's the second date.
Well, kind of. I've got a lot of first dates.
What do you think it is about the first date that makes them not want to go on the second date with you?
I don't know. But they don't follow up either. Men, it's they're not I can start to initiate, they'll say yes, but I don't see them following up. And I'm at a point in my life where I'm not gonna constantly be proactive every time to keep moving the conversation forward. And I think I do, at this point in my life, I do wanna be more beta. I'm probably I wanna be more of a beta in relationship. In my professional life, I'm more alpha. I'm very aggressive, I own my own company, I eat what I kill. I'm out there doing stuff, but probably when it comes personally, I want someone else to lead.
So you want to be the pool boy? Is what you're telling me.
That was my dream back in the day. Like, if I could have just been the pool boy, I would have been very happy with that. But those days are past me now. So everybody looks at me like I own the mansion. So I'm like, all right, I guess I got to go make money and own a mansion.
Well, I mean, you do have I own something kind of energy. I'll tell you this, because when I first met you, I had moved into a building in West Hollywood, and this is the first thing. I literally go into my apartment, I close the door, you open the door and walk in. You're like, hey, you're new to the building? And I thought you were the landlord, because like, who would just walk into your place? And I start talking to you, and then you go, hold on, wait 1 second. And you open the door, and you go, well, Shaboni. And there's this older Jewish man standing there, and he goes, screw you, Brian. And you go, when are we going to get these floors done, Shimoni? He goes, never. And you go, oh, yes, you are. I've never seen someone, he was the landlord, you were the tenant, but you chased him out of the building, and he's running from you. And you go, stop running from me. You're scared. Fix this grass. It's embarrassing. And that was when I first met you. I was like, whoa.
There's an expression, it's called the squeaky wheel gets the grease. But you're right, I do give off ownership energy. Like everywhere I go, half the time I walk into a building or whatever it is, people think I'm the owner.
Well,
like,
not only that,
I'm the owner.
I mean, you bullied this landlord. You put some chairs, first of all, you just put all the stuff that you couldn't fit in your apartment into the hallway, and it was sitting there for months. Like months. We had like bookshelves and random chairs.
That's not true. That was for the show I was hosting. I was hosting the Brian Rada show. That was the entry table. People signed in when they came in for the show. But all the furniture in the front of the building was, I flipped a house in Pasadena, and then we had extra stuff. I was doing staging, and then that I sold to Shimoni. Well, like there was 1 month when I couldn't pay my rent, so I was like, I'm gonna redecorate the entryway, and I made him buy all the furniture from my house to like pay for my rent that month.
You made him buy all the furniture, and then there was 2 chairs that were sitting out by the back, and he threw them away because he thought they were garbage. You were like, those are my chairs, Shimoni. They cost $200 each. I'm taking it out of the rent.
Oh yeah, I think I did take it off the rent that month.
And I go, those chairs weren't $200, and you go, I know, but he doesn't know. I've never seen somebody do what you do.
Is it like bad? Is it wrong?
No, it's not. It's no wrong or right. But it blew my mind. I could just tell that you came from a rich family that people didn't tell you no. You're like, do you know who my father is?
That's not fair.
And then I met your father, and then I was like, I know now.
Oh. The Pottery King of Sacramento is a big deal, so.
Yeah, and you are the Pottery Prince.
Well, exactly right.
You bleed terracotta.
I am, sometimes you just have to lean into your gay white privilege and like go after what you want.
Yes.
I mean, look, my father, that has nothing to do with being gay or white. It's about mentality. And because it's more about being the son of an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. Like that's what we could call gay white privilege. You could call it being the son of a small business owner. My father instilled in us like an ownership mentality. So I do take that with me everywhere I go. Like wherever I walk in, people think like, I own the joint. That's okay. I'm okay with that.
Wait, you said your father instilled in you business mentality?
Yeah, for the most part. Even it's just osmosis. Even if he didn't tell me, like just watching the way he navigates the world, watching him, talking to people, how he talks to people, how he negotiates things, how he gets things done. Because
I do recall one time in the building, you were upset at him, and I was like, why are you upset? He just gave you like $2,000 for your birthday, and you're like, I want him to come down here and teach me business. Teach me.
Yeah, well, I've gotten over that. I'm not as like, I think for a long time I did have a perspective like there's something my parents didn't give me that they should have like taught me or that I was missing out from teaching as a child. Mm-hmm. But I don't necessarily think that anymore. I mean, look, they did the best they could, but I did have a lot. I guess it's like, I think part of it was because my parents don't live in a van down by the river. So when they have a lot of abundance, you're kind of like, why is this not translating over here? But I have to like look at myself, go, why aren't you teaching me certain things to like build, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You guys read the book. Like, it's like that, like help me like build my own wealth or like teach me certain principles. And I just always felt like I was proactively having to go after getting that information from my father, rather than him being like, son, come and sit down. I'm going to teach you about X, Y, Z. My dad was never going to do that.
What do you think? Maybe he tried to get you to sit down, but you were too busy on Grindr?
Steven, no.
Look, one time I remember you were driving
oh
the
my
car.
Gosh. Oh my God.
I was in the passenger seat.
We're not talking about.
You were grinding and driving at the same time. And I was like, I'm like, Brian, look at the road, look at the road. You're like, look at this ass.
Yeah, well, we've gone through lots of phases of maturity. I've been off all the dating apps for 6 months. And actually more so. And then been off them, then was on for a couple months, and before that I was off for a year. Like, I'm past that phase of my life. Like, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
So now if you're not using the dating apps, where do you go look for a potential partner, a suitor?
I think I'll just meet somebody in the real world, you know?
Where, at the grocery store?
Maybe. Or like through a friend of a friend, or like, I'm not.
Well, if you're gonna be meeting people at the grocery store, if I know you're gonna be at Lassen's. Trying to find yourself a nice, rich sugar daddy. Hello.
Stranger things have happened.
Right by the $25 smoothie set.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna like, this is actually a real story. I went to this event last night, the LA Concierge Association. Okay. I met this guy who I'd met once before. His name was Landon. And I was like, oh, hi, how are you? I'm like, look, we met before. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, we have. And I said, hi. I was like, oh, I'm like, Landon, you're cute. I'm like, when are you gonna ask me out on a date?
Oh.
I literally said that.
Shot your shot like that.
Well,
okay.
It's
and what
probably a little unattractive, like, because I don't know if maybe he's more of a beta, or he's more like passive. And so it's like, but then he's not the right person for me, because I don't want to have to keep initiate.
Mm-hmm. What did he say when you said that?
He just smiled, and like, we had some chemistry. He gave me his number, and like we had texted. Oh. But I said, good to see you again. I'm like, why don't I have your number? He's like, good to see you. And he's like, he wrote back likewise. But I bet you he's not gonna come back and like ask me out, even though I kind of like dropped the hint, like, I want to go on a date with you.
So why wouldn't you ask him out if you really want the date?
I could, but then I'm being an alpha again, and I'm sending mixed messages. But I'm sending mixed messages. Now I'm sending the message that this is how this relationship's gonna go. I'm gonna constantly like generate and create and be the
Brian,
proactive one.
It sounds like, from your dating life to your daddy life, it sounds that you're like, my dad has all this wealth, it should be just passed on to me. There's these guys, they should just be hitting on me.
But when I do when I get into, no, I have no problem being proactive. You know that. Okay. I can generate, I've created my own show.
Well, I see you proactive on Grindr. I mean, one time you said, hey, come over to my place, and I opened the door, and there was 2 dudes just dancing on you, almost naked. and you're like, oh, I forgot I told you to come over. I was like...
Now, those were friends who were visiting from New York. And actually, I just saw him. I was just in New York. He's my good friend, one of them. Yeah, the other one lives in Canada. That's my friend Diego. He's become a very good friend. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm not, I don't know. Maybe I send off mixed messages. I don't know. But I have no problem getting a first date, but most people in this town wait to be chosen. Most people wait to be picked. So if I'm proactive and pick, but maybe right. I've spread my energy too thin. I spread it too far and wide all around, and I've been more selective. And at a certain point, I'm learning to be more like in my power. Like last night, even when I said it, that guy was probably weird. Mm-hmm. But like, when are you gonna ask? Like, but I was like smart. I was like, when are you gonna ask me out on a date? You think he's gonna ask me out on a date? Probably not. Well, so I got his number, but I'm not gonna proactively now follow up and be. I mean, maybe I could, if I think about it in a week or two, we could maybe meet for coffee, daylight hours, and see what happens. But after that, if I created that and initiated that coffee to happen, he's got to then create the next.
Why does he got to? Because
ultimately I'm then setting the pattern for where I'm going to be the one always creating. I mean, it needs to be more balanced.
I get it, but if
I don't want to be safe, fixed, or rescued. Like, I don't want to be rescued either, but he's got to.
But if you really want the relationship with him, Like, let's say you're like, oh, I really want to date this guy.
But it's how I want to show up in a relationship, how I want to be. I want to be, nothing is more attractive to me than a man who's like, meet me here at Thursday at 8 o'clock at this restaurant and look cute. And all I have to do is show up and look cute. That to me is like,
well, he's probably thinking the same thing. Nothing's more attractive than a man who calls me up, tells me, meet me here at 8 o'clock.
Then we're not a match. And unfortunately, there's a lot of men in this town who are boys, they're not men, and they don't know how to own their power. And
so you're calling people that can't do that, they're boys, but then you don't want to do that, so then that would make you...
But I've done it forever, and it didn't work. It doesn't work. That's normally what I do. I mean, like, I can get dates all day long.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, I mean...
You know how many men I've gone up to in public, in bars, and be like, hey, you're attractive. Like, let's hang out. Like, 12s, like men that I would consider 10, 11, or 12s. I mean, I'm 8.5 on a good day. I know that.
Let's go. You're Ryan Reynolds meets...
But I'm Ryan Reynolds meets Daniel Levy.
That's right.
Let's be honest.
With a Magnum PI mustache.
Well, yeah, with a little bit of, who's Magnum PI? Who's the actor who played him? Gosh, he's amazing. Tom Selleck.
Yes.
A little bit of Tom Selleck thrown in with a beard. But, but I can get that first initial date because of confidence. I certainly am not short on confidence to some degree, but ultimately I will get frustrated if the energy isn't matched. It's about matching vibration.
Yes.
If the vibration isn't coming back to me, then no thank you.
I see.
How about you, Stephen? How about your personal life? Should we get into that for a minute? How quickly the tides have turned.
Well, I just want to tell you this, Brian, like with your philosophy. So the other day I wanted some cake, so I baked a cake, but I didn't ask the cake to bake itself too.
Stephen, I do, like, I have no problem starting or initiating in my personal life to create what I want.
Yeah.
But eventually, if I don't find the energy isn't being matched or coming back to me, then I've learned to just listen to that and go, okay, you're not calling me back. You're not initiating a text. You're not being proactive.
Have you ever broke up with someone and then you guys weren't together for a while and then you started dating that person again? Kind of like, how you see someone get divorced and then years later they get remarried to that person? What do you think about that?
That's hard. I mean, I've gone through that a little bit, probably through my own codependency issues or insecurities, but I think that's hard. I think there's a reason you initially broke up and it ended, and so it's hard to reignite because you've lost trust.
Yeah.
Once trust is broken or trust is no longer present, then it's harder to, get that trust back. So I think you can, but you've got to both parties have to really want it, and they both have to fight for it. But I think it can be harder to get back once you've broken up because you probably broke up for a reason.
What's the longest relationship you've been in?
I've been in one for 3 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm surprised that somebody was able to handle you for that long.
I did talk to my aunt about this the other day. I called Auntie Carol. I was like, Carol, why am I single? And she's like, well, Brian, you're a lot. She's like, yeah, Brian, I don't know. Why are you still single? You're a lot to handle. I'm like, okay, that's fair. She's like, yeah, I don't know. Why are you? She's like, you're a lot. I'm like, yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if some of the traits that you have with me bleed through in your relationships, like the grocery store one or the dinner one, where you're just pretending that you didn't bring your wallet.
That was a different time. I was in a different place back then. I mean, I'm in a different place in my life. I'm more mature. I'm more responsible. And I also think you're cheap as fuck too. So let's be honest, you are so cheap. Oh my God.
Okay, give me an example.
You want to stretch a dime into a dollar? Hang out with this one.
Give me an example.
Oh, just
of me being a cheapskate.
I don't know.
Come on, I gave you examples. and when I was at the grocery store, I was buying you dessert, and then you try to get me to buy all your groceries. How's that cheap? I was spending money on you. Give me an example of me being
I just know the way you are. Because every time I've asked, like, here's an example. I love his dog that was humping my arm earlier. And most people in LA, I don't necessarily agree with it, but most people in LA, if you watch somebody's dog in LA, and because everybody's struggling to get by right now, people will be like $25 a day minimum. Like they will charge their neighbors, even if they love the dog, they will pay for that. And Stephen, he knows I would watch this dog for free. So for years, I would watch this dog. The last time, after I watched him last time, I was like, if you want me to watch Bean anymore, like I will charge like whatever I say, $20 a day or $25 a day.
You said 50.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
Okay, whatever
You said
it was.
50.
Okay, I probably said 25.
You said 50.
But I said $25 a day to watch your dog. Haven't heard from him since.
It wasn't.
He has not asked me to watch Bean since then because, you know.
It was $50 an hour.
No, it was not $50 an hour.
First of all. Second of all, I've watched tons of people's pets. I never try to charge them.
You know, people do that in LA. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I know.
You do agree with it because you tried to charge me.
Well, it's just. Depending upon, like, if it becomes a regular thing, like every now and again, it's not that big of a deal. But like, if it becomes like every 2 or 3 months, I want to watch him for 4 or 5 days. Like, yeah, throw down some. Give me a hundy. Like, give me for my time in it to making sure I kept your dog alive.
let me tell you something, Brian. You could squeeze water out of a rock. All right. You have tried to charge me for the most obscure things ever. You're like, let me see you. You're like, oh, your hair's all messed up. Let me fix it. Okay, you should give me $25 for that. Honestly, because I just made your hair look better. And I'm like, what?
Well,
you're like, and then I go, Brian, I'm not giving you $25 for doing that. You just did it. And you go, you're cheap. That's what it is. You're cheap. You're cheap as hell. Okay, screw you, Steven. You're cheap.
Yeah.
You yelled at me at the grocery store. In the grocery store, you started yelling. You go, he's cheap. You're not gonna pay for my grocery. Everyone, he's cheap. He's a cheap ass. He's El Cheapo. He's the chupacabra. You shamed me in front of the grocery store, and everyone's like,
I would never do that. I would never do that.
I couldn't believe how you were yelling like I was mugging you.
Okay, well.
And I said, Brian, I was like, I tried to defend myself. I said, I'm buying him Moshi. I'm not even getting anything. These are his groceries. Steven, you should buy my groceries. You know my father's not giving me enough money right now.
My father does not give me money. Like every now and again, like if I'm dire straits, like I have to ask for it and I'll be like, he'll throw down a little bit of money, but like.
What's a little bit of money? Because I remember one time he gave you $5,000.
Yeah, like five grand's not a lot these days. How much will $5,000 give you? You think $5,000's a lot?
I think if somebody just randomly giving you $5,000, I mean that's, yeah.
Yeah, but like, you know, do you know we're about to go through the biggest transference of wealth in the history of the world? Like the baby boomers have all the money. Like, hello, no offense to baby boomers, but like, and everything is high with inflation. Like, it's hard to like make a living right now, and especially in LA.
Well, you're kind of like a Nepo baby.
Just stay in California. No, I'm not. What do you mean? I created my own company, and I'm gonna be honest about this.
You're the son of the pottery king.
I had to go get a job waiting tables again. Like I'm now waiting tables. Like I'm gonna be speaking at this conference. I'm doing, you know, I'm creating a trivia game at like 2 travel conferences the next month. I run my own food tour. I mean, you make it sound like I'm a loser, but
no,
like,
I don't.
It's just hard. Right. It's hard to. But I now got a job waiting tables again because my food tour is not giving me enough money, so I got a job waiting tables. And I will say, some of my tables at this restaurant, they literally think I'm the owner. I will say when I walk in, they're like, "Are you the owner?" I'm like, "No, I just walk in like I own the joint." So
I believe
that's part of it.
You have owner energy.
But yes, I do have to like. You know, I mean, look, when my parents were older than yours, but when they got started, it was a lot easier to build wealth in America. It's much harder now. So like, I don't feel bad if my father has the means to ask for money now.
Why do you think
to support my own business that I'm trying to create and get going, and to sustain myself while the business gets going? But I've also got another job waiting tables, and I'm making money from my tour business.
Why do you think it was easier back then than now? Because I think it's easier now.
I think it's easier I mean, there's a lot more options for entrepreneurship in certain regards, but everything is upside down. I mean, there's more options and different ways to make money, but I think the circumstances where multinational corporations run everything from inflation to insurance or to interest rates, inflation, living in California. I mean, look how expensive it is to live in our state. It's really difficult.
Here's the thing, you're saying it was easy to make money back then, and I don't think that's true, because if you look around in LA, everyone has an OnlyFans. all these people are showing their private parts for
Well,
$1.
and that's sad, actually. I mean, I think a lot of people do that. I know a lot of people, especially in the LGBTQ community, who create OnlyFans. I don't think a lot of them do that because they're necessarily that's where they were initially headed. But if they build enough of a following because they're hot, it does feel like, you become a lingerie model. You show off your body, hop, skip, and a jump. You think you can monetize it. I mean, maybe some of them were headed that direction, but then the economy hit, COVID hit, and I think they're like, F it, I'm gonna create an OnlyFans and make money because they're having a hard time making money elsewhere, or they supplement their income that way, or it becomes their full-time thing because they realize they can make a lot of money on it. But ultimately, I think they do sell their soul to the devil to some degree. I don't think it's good for the development of their soul and spirit.
So you're telling me that if you were younger when OnlyFans came out, you wouldn't start an OnlyFans?
No,
Because knowing you from when I first met you, you were a wild child.
Stephen, do you need to give away all my secrets today? Good Lord. People I know may watch this. Good Lord.
I mean...
I try to keep my personal life private. Thanks, Stephen. I have had a good time. I'm not going to deny that. I've had a lot of experiences. But, I don't think I would ever, that's private. My private life is private, I could try to separate that from personal, but, I can probably cross that line occasionally, but I would never try to non-monetize that. That's not an interest of something as an entrepreneur that I would want to do.
Correct me if I'm wrong, you did have a show at one time called In Bed with Brian.
Well, yeah, but that was...
And you had the sign right above your bed, and then when you would bring dates back home, they would see the sign and they would think there's a hidden camera.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
They were like, I'm scared. Am I on some weird kind of show where you're going to bang me?
Yeah, I didn't make you think of that. I should have found a way to cover that sign. Yeah, and move it away. That's true. He's not lying. There was a sign above my bed that said "In Bed with Brian," and I literally, believe it or not, there was only 2 or 3 guys that were like, "Am I being filmed?" And it's like, "No, you're not being filmed."
Well, 2 that said it, everyone would have thought it though. I'm just sure because they're like, there's a random sign. There's camera equipment everywhere in this room. You're trying.
Yeah, I know. Actually, I should bring that back. You're kind of inspiring me. Actually, Steven's inspiring me to bring back my own show. If you can do it in this basic living room with this weird shit behind us, then I can do my own show again as well. I should.
This is a nice backdrop. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Where did you get? Is this Amazon stuff? What is this, by the way?
I put all this together.
What is this? Is this like a penis gone wrong?
That's an avocado right there.
This is
you should know fruit to fruit.
This is a this is a circumcision gone wrong right here behind me, otherwise known as an avocado. Sure.
Word. Oh, so
Stephen, let's talk about. So let's talk about this shirt, by the way. Where do we?
It's my little Nas X.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You're tapping. Yeah.
He wore something like this
cultural.
too.
That's cultural appropriation. You're too white to credit a black man with
Why?
To be. I don't know. You can. That's fine.
Come on now.
Yeah. Jesus does little Nas X right here. Jesus cosplaying is little Nas X. That's what you get right here. Said Magnum, big gay Magnum PI right here. Yeah. Little Nas X meets Debbie Does Dallas. AKA meets Jesus. Oh, but we talked about earlier, you can't mix 3 genres, you get 2. It's A plus B, that's it.
Okay.
So it's Jesus meets Little Nas X. There you go.
Wow.
How would you describe your friend?
Those are 2.
He's a cross between Jesus Christ and Little Nas X in 2025.
That would scare some people.
Yeah, well,
right?
Yes, they would. Also, because you come out and you look like powder, so. Wait, I thought he was a Confederate. I thought he was a Puerto Rican mixed with a Confederate war general. Well, that too. Depends upon the day, what you dress him up in. Dress him up as. But enough about me.
This is true.
What do you think about me? Oh, you want to hear my beer song?
Yes.
Because I can sing. I changed the lyrics to the sound of, this is like the gayest thing. So I lead this food tour in Beverly Hills, lafoodtours.com. That's really the only reason I agreed to come on the show is to promote my food tour, because I know Steven has a following. I'm not sure why, but apparently people are into Puerto Rican / Confederate war generals in 2025. So I lead this food tour in LA called LA Food Tours. It's in Beverly Hills, I did this walking food tour. And sometimes, actually I haven't sang the song that much, but I took the lyrics from The Sound of Music, a few of my favorite things, and I made them about beer.
Okay.
So do you want to hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay.
I'm excited for this.
Dough with which I buy my beer, Ray, the guy I buy it from. Me, the one I buy beer for, far a long way to the store. So I need to buy more beer. I went back to the original lyrics. La, 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 la. Tea, no thanks, I'll have more beer. Now I need more dough, oh, oh, oh. It's fair. Check it out, lafoodtours.com. Oh, where are my promotional materials? This is like the public tour. That's the brand. But I'm changing it to pink and green.
Really?
So yeah, those
Every time I see you, you're changing the branding, because I remember one time you had a bag for LA Food Tours.
Well, I have a new bag, yeah.
And then you went into Louis Vuitton and they kicked you out. They said the bag was not matching their branding and looked cheap.
That's not true. I've elevated the brand.
What happened though with that bag? You got kicked out of
No,
Louis Vuitton.
I consulted all of them what the bag should be, because you're in Beverly Hills, you're walking around Rodeo Drive, so I consulted what the brand should be.
But what happened? They kicked you out and they said you can't come back in with that bag.
That's not true.
What did they say then?
No, I consulted with them about what the brand should be, and then it was too thin, so I've made the bag better. So like the thread count was too low, so it needed to be like elevated. But I knew that, so it was my first time printing out like 100 bags. So I then went, the next print, I just bought 500 bags, but like much thicker material, much better design, pink and green.
Okay, so we're stepping it up.
We're always evolving.
Nice. Kind
of like Steven's hair.
No, when you're at the restaurant drop, do you invite these people to
Oh yeah, it's actually, I will say, once I got over my ego of going back to wait tables again, it's been great for my business. So I talk a little bit, I have time to talk about the food tour, and I will hopefully get the restaurant to like promote a little bit, or like maybe put my card at the point of sale, at the check at the host stand. But I have business cards, and I talk a little bit. I mean, I'm there to wait tables, so I'm not, it's a balance, but if they're cool and they seem interested in me or like what I'm up to, then I'll share it, Now, come on my food tour.
Do you think about putting your restaurant in the food tour?
So my main tour right now is in Beverly Hills, and I'm waiting tables at a restaurant in West Hollywood. So and what I do is walking. So it's not viable. It's too far, and you have to take a car there. And it's a completely different city.
I see. Now, last thing, because I know you have a lot of aliases, I guess they would say, right? You're the Pottery Prince. You are the mayor of WeHo. They call you, right?
I mean, I call myself the unofficial mayor.
Unofficial mayor of WeHo.
Well, Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills. Sorry, I demoted you.
No, I mean, I'm not actually as involved with West Hollywood, but I will be more in the city as a tour guide. Like I'm actually leading Hollywood trivia at this luxury travel conference in November. I'll be leading for 2 days, creating all this, hosting a trivia game at this luxury travel conference in West Hollywood.
When is it?
It's in November 11th.
November 11th. You want to invite people?
It's only for industry, so it's like
so
you
we're
have to be invited.
Us common folk can't go.
It's not for the.
So I guess me and my little Nas X shirt will be staying here
it's not for
tonight.
the public. Yeah, we're not letting homeless Confederate war generals who look like little Nas X into the luxury travel conference. Yeah. How's your comedy career going, by the way? Can we ask about him now? How's your stand-up comedy career?
I mean, it's obviously going amazing.
Have you gotten any white people to show up to your shows, or are you just touring Asia with people who don't understand how bad your jokes are? Malaysia? The Philippines?
Let me put it this way.
This is it.
Brian one time tried to do stand-up, and he heard one of my jokes, and he goes, "Steven, that joke's great. It's awesome. It's so smart. You should let me do it." And I go, Brian, why? That's my joke. And you're like, because you don't know how to tell it right. I could tell it right. It needs to come from a gay man's perspective.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool.
I'm still right about that.
And then I said, well, Brian, I wrote the joke. I want to use it. You're like, Steven, you're being selfish. You're being greedy. Give me the joke.
Of the thousands of jokes Steven has written, there's been one over 10 years that I was like, I can tell this joke better than you, and I know how to land it, and you're doing it wrong. But
I mean, look at that. See, just bullying the landlord Shimoni, bullying me out of my.
Yeah, your mate. You know, what was the joke? What is it? What joke is it? It isn't the Jesus one.
No.
What's the other one? It's a gay joke.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course it's a gay joke. It's a joke.
It's the one about my brother thinking I was gay.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I should definitely be telling that joke, not you. Sorry.
I love it. Yeah. And you'll have to come back and let us know how after November 11th goes.
I would love to come back anytime, especially when you're leading and you're doing everything, being a proactive, alpha that he is. This is alpha. You look up alpha in the dictionary. That's right. You guys, this guy? He's like a pro MMA fighter. What is the fighting you do? Just regular boxing?
I just do slap fighting.
Yeah, well. Okay.
I know you do cockfighting.
And on that note, it's been real, it's been fun, and it has been real fun. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Steven, follow him at Steven Briggs Comedy. You can find me at Walk, Wine, Dine on all the socials, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or, check out my family's pottery business, potteryworld.com, if you're in Sacramento anytime soon. Until next time. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. I flee, goodbye, 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 goodbye.